Okay. I believe... What? I believe I'm live. So... welcome back. Okay, the last time did not go well. So I just lost hero after hero. So I think I pretty much only had a couple heroes left. Let's see. Haka, I'm pretty sure was dead. Legacy dead. Raw, I don't recall. Yeah, no, I think I only had a couple heroes left, so I'm literally just planning on doing a new one. Do I go? Let's see if I can figure out how to even beat Spite. Since like it's clearly not. I think the trick is honestly Absolute Zero, Visionary, and maybe I take in Legacy. Legacy to buff damage and sort of like buff damage and also stop us from doing damage. Visionary to be able to control what type of damage Spite is doing to us. And then Absolute Zero to just go absolute ham. But let's try this, and yeah, environments. Randomize. I am not gonna say no to Insula Primalis. Yeah. Do I want Galvanize? Or do I want the extra powers? Let's try extra powers. Onwards. Yeah, let's start game. Here's the thing. This time I'm not going to try to control his deck. Yes. Surge of Strength can be discarded. I don't want to discard 3 cards, no. What do you have? You don't have what I'm hoping for. You have pretty decent options. Yeah, no. Okay. Spite attacks, generally speaking, the hero. Oh, no. Wait a minute. Inspiring Presence. Everyone heals 1. And then, Visionary. You can use power to go ahead and draw 2 cards for yourself. Yeah. I think what I'm gonna do is literally have Visionary skip her turn to draw 2 cards. Skip. Twist the Ether. Wait a minute. Why did I do that? Her power lets her do that anyways. Okay, for now, I'm probably just gonna do the Healing Cold, and you can heal yourself a little bit. And then we get a Dinosaur, Inspiring Presence. Okay, and then we do Inspiring Presence, and then someone can use a power. I guess Absolute Zero? Since I don't need Visionary to draw cards, Absolute Zero kind of should draw cards, I think. He doesn't need to. Hold on. Maybe. Okay, you know what? Visionary. You can go ahead and give Absolute Zero 2 cards. And then right now we don't need this card. Okay, now we go into Visionary, where we twist the ether on Spite. So now we can control Spite, and then Absolute Zero gets to draw cards. And then I don't think... I need 2 of those. Okay, and now we go on to Absolute Zero's turn. There. I think I'm gonna do this. Which, sure. But I can do this to go ahead and just take some cold damage. And we return Inspiring Presence. And then Spite gets to play so many drug cards. Cold reduced by 1. Cold increased by 1. Choose for me. Cold reduced by 1. Cold reduced by 1. Okay. Yeah, sure. Cold reduced by 1. Choose for me. Okay. And now, again, I do Inspiring Presence. And then Absolute Zero can use a power to just deal a little bit of cold damage. Cold increased by 1. Okay. Cold reduced by 1. Okay. Visionary here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I gonna play Demoralization and skip. Then we go to Absolute Zero. Which for right now, I'm kind of thinking Sub-Zero Atmosphere. And then for right now, Cold. I did the wrong thing. Ooh! Raw might be a better option than Absolute Zero for this strategy. Cold increased by 1. Inspiring Presence. Choose for me. Cold reduced by 1. Cold reduced by 1. Cold increased by 1. Seriously? Spite's at full? Spite's at full. Honestly, nah, I'll keep you. Okay. I guess. No, but like, I can skip the rest of Visionary's turn. Don't want that. And then Visionary. Yes. Okay, and now we go on to Absolute Zero, where he's going to play that. And then let's go ahead and have himself deal some fire damage. And then maybe we do some fire damage here, increased by 1. I should not have increased by 1. And let's go ahead and do fire damage increased by 1. Choose for me. Inspiring Presence. Cold, increased by 1. Choose for me. Cold, reduced by 1. Cold, reduced by 1. Choose for me. Cold, reduced by 1. Cold, reduced by 1. Absolute 0. Let's go ahead and do fire, increased by 1. And then Inspiring Presence. Skip that. Great. Can now honestly, I'll just put Mass Levitation into play, and let Spite return it to hand. Okay, now then, do I have... I have Coolant Blast. So I can do Spite 6 fire damage, which I think might be the max amount of cold damage. And then let's... Since when? Since the end of your last turn. Okay, so here I do cold increased by 1. Honestly, I kind of don't want to. Yeah, no. Oh, fire damage? Absolutely, absolute. 0 will take this. Choose for me. Choose for me. Choose for me. This is Spite dealing damage to himself, So let's go ahead and make it cold damage increased by 1. And now I want to return mass levitation. We want to do legacy first, and then visionary. Cold reduced by 1, and then fire increased by 1. Yeah. Let's go ahead and choose for me. Cold reduced by 1. Cold reduced by 1. Fire increased by 1. Fire increased by 1. Cold reduced by 1. Okay. And now I have fortitude, and then I can skip. And now I have... Honestly, I'm just gonna play mass levitation again and skip. Now Absolute Zero's turn. Now I'm gonna do 5 cold damage to Spite, and then I get to do this power, which is 17 cold damage. And let's just go ahead and heal Absolute Zero for the next round, I think. Yeah, yeah. Okay. We return Visionary's card, and then start with Legacy, cold reduced by 1, Visionary, cold reduced by 1, Absolute Zero. Do I do another big round of fire damage? I'll do cold damage for a little bit of healing. Choose for me. Cold reduced by 1. Cold reduced by 1. Absolute Zero. Okay, here I can do fire and increase by 1. And then we do choose for me. Cold reduced by 1. Fire increased by 1. I guess I should also always be picking fire for Absolute Zero. Generally speaking. Yeah, let's go ahead and do Danger Sense. And then how much fire damage has Absolute Zero taken? 6 fire damage. That's not a ton. So I'm probably just gonna skip. Okay. And hey, guess what, Visionary? I'm sorry to say, but you're just gonna keep playing your cards and skipping your turn. Like, that's honestly the best Visionary can do to help. I guess I'm gonna play Cold Snap. Then we do fire here, increased by 1. And then, do I want... How much? Show all targets. There we go. A little bit of healing. Okay. And now we go ahead, and this is at the start of your turn. Okay. I'm sorry, Visionary, but yeah. Choose for me. Cold, reduced by 1. Cold, reduced by 1. Fire, increased by 1. That would be 3 damage to you. Yeah, I'm just gonna deal the damage to you. Cold, increased by 1. And choose for me. Cold, reduced by 1. Cold, reduced by 1. And fire, increased by 1. And how much health is absolute 0 at? 7. It would be 5 healing. I'm gonna keep absolute 0 above Visionary. Yeah, good call. Confirm. Fire, increased by 1. Now we do 4 damage back. And then cold, reduced by 1. Okay. Now, heroic interruption. And then absolute 0 can use power. And we'll do coolant blast. Let's just do cold. Reduced by 1. Okay, and then we go to Visionary, and Visionary continues to just do nothing. I'll let Visionary draw some cards. Yeah, that's still nothing. Cold. Okay, absolute 0's turn, and we win. And then we do coolant blast, and we win. That... I finally did it. I finally figured out Spite. I don't like Spite. Spite is such an annoying villain. I needed such a specific team composition and such specific cards. Like, I probably could have done Raw instead of Absolute 0. But then Raw would not be the one dealing damage, but everyone would be safe. Yeah. Yeah, that would... Yeah. Okay. Do I do another quick one? I think I go for Chairman next. And then... Look, I don't need... I don't even know how I take down Chairman. Like, You just don't let up. Haka. Visionary, I guess? And maybe Legacy? Okay, randomize the environment. Silver Gulch. That's not horrible. I kind of want some AoE. That'd be crazy. Probably. Also, I'm gonna put Haka at the end, I think. Advanced. Do I bring in some AoE? Let's just run it. Let's see, we have Broker, which gets Informant, so that's just extra card plays. And then here we go for Unity's power to go ahead and give Haka cards. Not looking for Dominion, not looking for Elbow Smash. Probably don't need Elbow Smash at the moment. You cannot play cards or... okay. I'll do... and then, hey, guess what? Haka, you get to play a card. I'm glad I got rid of that card, though. Haka now has to discard a card. Haka of Restoration. Okay. Now then. The one is probably just gonna bring her back immediately. And same with this one. So I'm gonna focus down the underbosses right now. Yes. Legacy. Legacy's gonna have more healing than Haka later on. Skip? You know what? Haka can discard a card. I don't need two mares. Okay, Visionary's already at 4 health. Of course. Yeah. Legacy, use a power, and let's... I'm gonna get rid of the Informant here. Okay, and then we go to Visionary, who I'm just gonna make it so that she cannot die. Okay, and then we go to Haka now. And let's just... We need to take out this informant no matter what. Yeah, no, this is not gonna go well. Okay. And that's what I was worried of. Of course. Okay, I'm sorry, Inspiring Presence, but yeah. Okay. Informant. Just no. No. I'd love to have demoralization out right now, but no. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna do Dominion. I think I take out the Fence and the Thief. Yeah, sure. I'm already losing this fight. Which is... Okay. And now it's just Visionary. And they're all back. Yep, that's game. All because I couldn't draw the cards I wanted. No, I ain't winning this. Yeah, no. Oh well. Maybe the Nuzlocke was not such a good idea. Since, like, these heroes are just so luck-based. Anyways, I'm gonna call the stream here. Thanks for tuning in, anyone who did, and yeah, no, have a good rest of your weekend.